Hey, teammates, Jason Thomas, Travis Preston.
2001.
Oh, the Husky super team.
Who could forget? JT running out of gas 5 consecutive motos, and Travis
Preston won a race.
And Preston winning Houston.
Now, did Jason, did you run out of gas, or did you pull over and let gas out so you wouldn't have to finish the moto?
No, actually, I had some top 10s going, and, yeah, they got stripped away from me.
Wow.
So, yeah, it wasn't ideal.
Oh, yeah, Ping picked Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
What'd you say?
I don't know. I can never say her name right.
Strong J.
And Ping is immediately banned from this show. Give me your best Araldo Farracci story, Preston.
I'd probably have to be the women. He always tended to have young women half his age hanging out. And what I loved about him is it took me a couple races to figure this out. And I don't know if Jason figured it out or not. I'd go up to him and just, hey, can I have $100?
And would he do it?
And he would just give you $100.
No, I definitely missed
You
out on
never
that
did
plan.
that. You didn't see how he had wads of hundreds in his pocket all the time?
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to give me one.
Yeah. He pulled it out one time and said, oh, Ferracci, man, I don't have no money. I left it at the hotel. Can you give me $100?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he did every time.
Really? How many times did you do this?
At least 10.
No way. Hey,
How about Preston's Diodora fiasco when we won the race?
Oh, I had Alpine Stars on.
What happened?
Yeah, they wanted us to wear this boot Diodora.
Yeah.
And we all hated it.
I wore it. Don't worry.
Team player, JT. Team player.
You wore the boot?
What about?
Yeah, I wore the piece of crap.
What did he call Lamson? What was Lamson's name?
Lance, or Captain. Yeah, Lance.
Oh, Lance. Lance Lamson. Did Lance have to wear the Diodora or no?
I don't remember.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, I hated the boot.
Yeah.
So I wore Alpine Star.
Yep.
Thinking that I'm never going to win a race. No one's going to take a picture of me. I'm on a Husqvarna. I'm going to be back of the pack. And I ended up winning, and somebody took a photo.
And?
I had Alpine Star boots on.
And Araldo freaking out on a scale of 1 to 100?
I don't remember him ever freaking out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it was just more Larry, which was Araldo's son, like trying to.
That's right.
Not want to pay bonus or whatever because Diodora was not going to pay, and yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Being a mess.
How much did you win from that night, Preston?
I think it was 25 just from Ferracci.
Yeah,
and then AMA. I think I made $200, and then
you actually lost money from the AMA.
Yeah, so.
The 125 Supercross purse isn't much better now.
Well, I talked to Will, when he won some races, and we got paid the same.
Yeah.
So the pay has gone up 0.
Sign-ups have gone up though too. It's actually less.
It's embarrassed. Like I've promoted the 450 pay. It's decent. You can make a living riding a 450 class. You really can. It's not bad. It's $2,000 to make a main event. So you can pull in $8,000 a month gross if you're a main event guy. Not that bad. Can be better. Yes, can be better. They're making way too much money to not share it with the riders. It can be better. It's still not bad. But the 250 Supercross purse. I mean, come on.
If you're getting points now, might as well get some paid.
You're making $400 to make a main event, and it's $250 to enter. I mean, come on.
If you're racing 250 Supercross, it's a hobby.
Yeah, really.
It really is.
It's
like if you're racing 250 Supercross, like, oh, what else do you do? What do you do during the week?
Yeah, we're Home Depot. Preston, did you go through swing arms like JT? Did you?
No, I went through motors.
Motors?
Yeah. Motors would lock up or blow up, something, yeah.
Did you ride 250 outdoors or 125s?
I rode a 250, and I think, Jason, you rode 250 too, right?
Yeah, JT did too.
Yeah, I just had swing arms and my fuel wood vapor lock. That's why I was running out of gas.
Wow.
Yeah, vapor lock and then push all the gas out the bottom.
They paid their money out, right? They paid everybody?
Who,
Oh, yeah, they were good about that.
Oh, they were really good about paying.
Yeah, nobody on that team has ever said anything about paying.
It was not like MDK.
I mean, it literally showed up on the day it was supposed to every time, no matter what.
Very
good. Testing, everything. Like, I would never say anything bad about that. They definitely weren't scared to spend money. They just didn't have the resources or I think most of their guys were road race guys, It just wasn't set up right.
They're lacking the knowledge.
There you go. And equipment, like base equipment to start with, was way behind everybody else.
Were you guys there when when Chiotti came over? No, okay.
No, that was 99.
And his bike was pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, but he had a full GP bike. Like, he brought his bike with him.
Without the problems of reliability and everything, were the bikes any good?
No.
Well, motors.
My bike was terrible.
I liked my motor. I thought it made
125 or 250?
Well, 250.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the 250 made decent power, but with the combination of a terrible chassis and terrible suspension,
it doesn't matter.
Did you guys have Sachs?
we had a Sachs rear shock, but who knows how to work on a Sachs shock?
Right. To this day, no one
just
does.
augered into bumps more quicker than you should have been with a fast motor.
You want a good story about a Sachs shock?
Yeah.
Okay, it was the last national. Did you race the last national, JT, in 2001?
I was out there. I think I was in 12th to 13th. I wasn't really racing, though. I was more like holding on.
Okay. I was doing the same. And first moto, my shock blew out. Oil everywhere. They didn't have an extra shock for second moto.
Okay.
So they sent one of the mechanics out to the parking lot to find a privateer rider that was riding a Husky to borrow a shock for second moto. So they found
But there wasn't anyone, was there?
There was some woods rider somewhere that was a Husky fan, had a bike. I used his shock, and the shock felt exactly the same as my factory race shock. I thought this moto was going to suck. I can't ride the bike. I felt like it was the same shock I've been riding with all year.
Oh, my God.
It's just no difference.
No difference.
From Johnny.
We had Marzocchi forks, and then we had a sack shock.
Yeah.
More like sacked out.
Yeah. And I always, from what I understand from talking to people like Araldo and the team guys, any sort of DNFs or mechanicals would sort of be blamed on you guys. Is that what I understood?
Yeah, I should have conserved more fuel.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like NASCAR with a few laps to go.
They'd be like, "You're revving it too high. You're charging, whatever." Right?
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I did get that. When something went wrong, it was never their fault. It was always your fault. You did something wrong.
The only thing I ever really had from that was a couple years later. I believe Racer X did an interview with him, and the overwhelming theme from the article was that the team failed because the riders weren't good enough.
Oh, good times. But you guys made some money. JT, you cashed out. You made, well, I don't know what you made, Travis, but the salary was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't anything extravagant. I mean, I think I made way more money the year before just because my results were so much better. And back then, you have to remember there were so many revenue streams with contingency and bonuses and all this stuff.
Right.
That when we did, like my Husky deal, I didn't have contingency. I had top 3 bonuses, and that might as well have been $1 million for top 3 for me.
Right.
So it was really tough. Like I think I definitely made less money, but it was a learning experience. It happens.
Also, Preston, when you won Houston, and I don't know if I've ever asked you this or not, but did you see Langston go down? Did you kind of know what was up?
I seen him on the side of the track getting up, but I did not know that I was in second place. I thought I was in 5th place. When I'm racing, I have no idea what place I'm in. So I just figured...
I do. It's way back.
So I thought, okay, I knew I was up front, but, maybe top 5, so I figured, great, I'm going to get 4th now. So when the fireworks went off and I saw a fat kid running his ass out onto the track, I was like, what's going on? They must have misfired the fireworks.
Yeah, I'm Preston. I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm on a Husky.
This shouldn't be happening right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And Preston, you were, before the Chaparral deal, you were out of the sport, right? You kind of quit for a little bit. Or was that after Chaparral?
That was after Chaparral.
After Chaparral, before Moto Triple X, you were like, I got no ride, I'm done.
I got hooked up with those 90s guys, So,
Denny Stevenson is still hooked up with those 90s guys.
That's why my results weren't good. I started hanging out with those guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so my training program slid a little bit.
You know what? I do remember that because remember you wanted to go race Arena Cross. You took me with you. And we went down to the San Diego Arena Cross, and you raced that night, and you won. And then we all went partying in Tijuana.
Oh, that's right. I do. God, you remember some stuff.
Yeah.
Totally forgot that.
That was a bad night in Tijuana.
More emphasis on running trains than actual training.
No, none of that.
So it's an interesting story. And then you won the lottery.
Yeah, just a little scratcher ticket, and ended up getting some bikes and kind of lit the fire and got
crazy.
Things going
and then
again.
You got a factory championship and a factory Honda ride, and
nuts.
You have no idea how shitty of a job that we both had. Like he had the same job.
Oh, we knew the same guy.
Yeah, we worked for the same company, and he did the same thing I did, and it was horrible. It made you think, like, man, what am I doing?
It was a hard job.
You were like, you'd rather be on Chaparral with Factory Phil and Button and Brooks yelling at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd much rather be doing anything else but this.
Yeah, crazy that you were that far out of it. Hey, the BTOsports.com PulpMX show brought to you by Fly Racing is one of our sponsors, and FlyRacing.com. That's why JT's on the front line and Hawking 2015 stuff. So, when you're up in Alaska, JT, are you selling Fly or are you selling jackets and thermals?
No, it's just Fly. But I mean, our line is really broad, so.
Mm-hmm. So, is there Ben LeMay, just huge Ben LeMay posters everywhere? I mean, is Alaska's
no,
own?
we're probably 3 hours south of where he's from, so we're going to go up there later in the week. So,
put
my feelers out, see how fan clubs are coming along.
Don't get eaten by any grizzlies or anything.
I'm hoping to see. I actually have not seen one. I've been up here 5 times, I believe, and I haven't seen one yet. So.
Okay. Ben LeMay wearing X Brown goggles and Fly Racing. Ben LeMay not tossing his goggles off this weekend. Both motos running them in the mud. So, yeah. Fly Racing, much more than gear, too. Check out their hard parts, stands, handlebars, grips, levers, that kind of stuff. FlyRacing.com, official gear of the BTO Sports KTM team. Then with that, let's segue right into our BTOsports.com Gabba Gibbs.
BTOsports.com Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs.
Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs. Gabba Gibbs.
Hey, Mathis.
Yeah.
Do you think that before the Yamaha team of Reed, Villeman, and Ferry, that Husky was the super team? Like, we were the last super team until Yamaha put that together.
Yeah, no, it was the mid-'80s Honda guys. Then It was Husky. Then, who can forget Lamps Lampson? Travis Preston winning, you, JT, performing at your level. Robbie Skaggs.
Chris Gosselaar.
Skaggs was the year before us.
Oh, okay.
Gosselaar, Brian McGavran, which he didn't last very long.
Oh, McGavran. There's a name I haven't heard for a while.
That's awesome.
Damian Plotz.
Plotz was good, though.
I think, JT, at that last race at Steel City, wasn't it just me and you?
Yeah, I think so. And I remember I was so pissed off about how my summer had gone. I stole like 20 cases of oil out of the truck. I had no oil, and I knew I wasn't going to have a ride because it sucked so bad.
Frank, grab the oil.
Get
Let's
the trailer.
Go.
Get back up the trailer.
I loaded up the Butler's rig with oil.
Hey, that last race at Steel City, I was getting out of my gear outside of the truck because the truck was already loaded. JT was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody took out of there so fast. That truck was backing out, and dudes were still pulling off the track.
That was the race I put the Britney Spears sticker on my tank.
Hey, by the way, how much DKNY stuff did you guys ever not get?
0.
Not even close.
Oh, good times, Husky.
That Britney Spears sticker was strong.
That's what
covered my whole tank.
The Araldo choking out Dave Dye at Phoenix is also a good story.
I never heard that one.
No, choking out Kiwi.
Kiwi at Mount Morris.
Mount Morris. That was Phoenix.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a good one.
Dave Dye is my kid's football coach, by the way.
I shudder to think of your kids getting taught by Dave Dye. I tried to get Dave Dye on this show. He will not come on.
Did you ever get any Tony Alessi stories out of him?
We talked a little bit at the practice, a little bit about it. It's good times.
Dave was not upset about Mike and his mechanical problems up in Canada.
No, I guess he just didn't show up, and I guess Tony went to the house, knocked on the door, and Dave said he never answered the door. He hid behind the couch like it was a Jehovah's Witness, and he didn't answer the door.
Oh, man, good times.